Good evening, and thanks for joining me today on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. It's a minute past 5 p.m. and yes, it's Deep Waters o'clock. This is where we get to have quality conversation, deep, meaningful conversations that shake the waters until they're still. How are you guys doing? How was your yesterday? How was Chivido? Who went to Chivido 2024? How was that? Like the entire Lagos was shut down. If you were not in Lagos, you missed a lot. There was traffic, there was a lot going on, yesterday. And for those of you who went or who didn't go, who were affected in one way or another, how was Chivido? If you went, please give us update. Let's even understand what we are doing here. But it's so good to have you join me today on the show. Today we're talking about infidelity. We're saying, should cheating be a deal breaker? Now, speaking of Chivido, we know about how, Chioma has been in the video's assurance, or is it the video has been Chioma's assurance? I don't even know which one of them, but we know that they shared some kind of love and intimacy. And we also know about how the video is such a cheat. Actually, I can't even say alleged, because we have actually seen situations where he has baby mamas, has child issues with other women and stuff like that. And while still being with Chioma, or being in quotes married to Chioma and all of that. So a lot of people have been saying a lot of things about this and saying, oh, is it even, why should Chioma even marry Davido? That he's a cheat and all. We should be able to cope with that kind of magnitude of scandal, and cheating and infidelity. And I'm saying, okay, maybe to Chioma, infidelity is not such a deal breaker. Deal breaker in the sense that that thing that will make you say, no, this relationship can't go on anymore. And while I hear this, why that is Chivido's situation. Now let's bring that back home. From my own family, the family I came out from, or even when we look at most African families, we found out that there's always infidelity, and usually from the male side. Usually men are all, like, in quote, I won't say all men cheat, but usually men go out and cheat. They always have somebody extra there, and the woman will have to endure and just be in the marriage, and say, oh, for the kids and being in the marriage, say, okay, if I leave, won't the next person cheat too? Well, the streets are not smiling, so where do you want me to go to? But nowadays women are cheating back. Nowadays women are leaving the marriage for infidelity, and in such situation we are finding Chivido thriving, in spite of infidelity and cheating. So we are asking today, should cheating be a deal breaker? What is your deal breaker as a person? What is that one thing that somebody will do in a relationship and you say, no, 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 I can't go on with this anymore? Is cheating, or should cheating be a deal breaker for someone in a relationship? Calling today on the 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. The numbers to call to be a part of this conversation is 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. What is your stance on infidelity? Should it be a deal breaker? Is it a deal breaker for you in a relationship or not? If you were Chioma, for example, would you marry Davido? Let's ignore money and all that. I know money is there. Some people's deal breaker, some people say, okay, yes, I will not be with a cheating man, but if this cheating man is rich, I can cope. And I don't know why there's that double standard, and all that. But what are your thoughts? This is a judgment-free zone for unbiased conversation, so nobody's judging you anyway. I want you to call in. Today, I'm not having any special guests. You are my special guest today, so please do also call in. Let's break this. We need to actually dive into this topic, today. So yes, do also call in on the numbers on your screen. Let's take our first caller on today's show. Hello. Oh my God, I lost that number. I lost that call. Please do want to call back. The number to call is 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. Today we're talking about Chivido 2024. We are saying infidelity. If you were Chioma, would you marry Davido in spite of all that scandal, in spite of all the infidelity, in spite of the cheating? Would you marry him? Knowing that, see, I'm married to somebody who can cheat on me tomorrow. I am marrying somebody who can have another child with somebody tomorrow and marrying someone who can maybe tomorrow decide to marry another person, so let's talk about this today. Infidelity, should cheating be a deal breaker? What is your deal breaker in a relationship? As always, I always put this thing up on my socials. I put this up on my WhatsApp, and to get people's feedbacks on the topic and saying, oh, is infidelity, is it a deal breaker? So to some people it's a deal breaker, to some it's not, and to some women it's a deal breaker if you don't have money. But if you have money, it's not a deal breaker. We're not just talking about women too. Men also are infidels too, and women also cheat. So let's talk about all that. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Olawale, good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, what's your
You
name?
are asking questions. Even though I see something that you post on Facebook that is our chairman we like to marry the video or something like that.
Yes.
Which get of this nowadays we don't like to marry the video? Is it because of maybe we cheat or something like that? What of cheating that we want to be cheating on somebody or something? Maybe you have maybe mama outside or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not something that he did yesterday? Is it not comfort? Is it not lawful or something? Is it not good or something? Somebody shut down a whole state, a big state because of you. Is not that one or course or something like that you are calling love or something like that? Let's look the life of the video. You like Choma from the deep of the heart or something like that. When they are not calling celebrity, there are some people that they are not even celebrity, that they are not cheating on their wife or something like that. Secretly or something like that they did not know. That one is they're cheating on something or not cheating. I don't think that one or something like that is not giving happy marriage or something like that in the lifestyle of maybe marriage or something.
So
like
are you saying that women should be with when women notice that their men are cheating, the women should be with their men that see them cheating and just come on eye and be with them? Is that what you are saying? Would you let your daughter be with a cheating man?
Okay. Let me tell you something like that. Okay, because your husband is cheating now, you now move to another husband. Maybe your husband is cheating on you, you leave that house, move to another husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, move to some, because to some people. Yeah, I mean, to some people. Okay, go ahead.
I want to ask you, if another one said you went to, is not cheating, you now move again, Abby? It be like something that you are not cooking firewood. This one is smoking, you remove it. This one is smoking, you remove it. Which one wants to cook that your food?
You are forgetting the way he cheated though. It's like you are not realizing that the cheating, he did not hide and cheat this thing. Oh. The cheating was a public cheating. It was a public. You even saw the video of him online, begging for, to get some. So it's not a hide and do cheating. The cheating is a disgraceful kind of cheating.
Yeah, okay, the disgraceful kind of cheating. He won't do that in the game or something like that. He now be as happy. But the way we are not this because of that one, she should leave him. You want to stay with person that will not cheat you. You want to stay with person that will not cheat you.
Olawale,
I don't think so. You don't see what your lot of Lagos they say. I will not be poor. I mean, I will not be. The wedding of fit wedding. Yeah, hey, I beg.
All right. No problem. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, Olawale. I appreciate. So what? So what's happening now to our values these days? Is it that we are raising money over love? We are raising money now over cheating. So what? So if a broke man, what's the double? If Davido was broke, for example, would Chioma be with him to start with? So are we saying that because somebody has money now it's enough for them to do anyhow they like? They can do anything they like. They can cheat if they want. They can disgrace their spouses. For example, they say love is kind, love is this, does it? Even love is also respect. When it comes to this, people will say, is there respect here? The way he's doing, does he really respect her in that situation? To some people, if somebody cheats on them, they feel like they are not loved. They feel like they are not seen. They feel disrespected. And so it's a question of who is, is doing this act and how is this other person feeling? So I understand that there are different, different angles to this thing, and I also understand that there are different perspectives, and it's relative, literally. But are we now, upgrading money over values? Are we upgrading money over character now? Is that what we are doing now? So if somebody have money, they are okay to do what they like, because Olawale, that's clearly what you are saying. He shut down Nigeria. Lagos was on fire. He loves Chioma. So what? He should go ahead and continue to cheat. So she should continue to stay there, because he's rich and she's sorted out. Is that what we are saying now? Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi. Good evening, Kenna. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, now, you see, like everything in life that has got to do with human beings, there is no one size fits all. There's no hard and fast rule to it. You can't, different people must have different thresholds, and it's not going to be something general, because what works for one person might not work for another person. But there are some little basic, might not be called rules. There are some things that are facts about all these things. Number one, culturally in Africa, for many,
Oh
years in the
please,
past,
okay, now don't tell me you want to come from patriarchal angle now to say, okay, culturally
No, listen,
a man should have many.
Calm down. No. Now I'm saying, you see, in those days, let me say, I come from a town where in those days, people know this man's girlfriend.
Oh please.
I have a friend, a close friend of mine. His father's girlfriend brings food to the house.
Ikena, that was then now. Women are not taking those things again anymore. Women are not.
I agree with you. And I'm telling you, some of the ways that people are viewing things have been things that were handed down from a long time ago. The way it's a lot easier or faster to tolerate a man cheating is somewhat cultural. Even almost everywhere in the Bible, the adulterous woman. The adulterous woman never committed adultery with herself. But the men or the males in the equation were hardly mentioned. That's one. Now let's move to another part of this whole thing. If you're a lady and cheating is a deal breaker for you, the advice I have is that if you get married and cheating is a deal breaker, and God forbid you find your husband gets involved in it and you decide to walk out, just be ready to be alone.
What does that mean?
Are
you saying there are no men out there who don't cheat? Is that what you are saying? That our character is so deluded?
Calm down.
What is calm down? I'm answering you too. You too, calm down. You too, calm down.
Let me explain what I mean.
Go ahead.
If it's a deal breaker for you and you walk out of one and you go get involved with the next man and something happens, you walk out again, then you get involved with another person and you walk out again. And once you approach that 40, 45.
Oh please. Now we're age shaming women now. You play the patriarchy side, you play the biology cards.
No, listen.
Every card. Women have suffered in this life.
No, listen. The possibilities of a 45-year-old lady or a 40-year-old lady meeting a single over 40-year-old guy is slimmer than a 25-year-old meeting a single guy. That's what I'm saying. The older you get, the fewer the options of meeting a single guy.
Okay, Ikenna.
Now, yeah.
Are you saying that there are no men out there that don't cheat? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, come on, it's not possible. I can't tell you that. It's not possible. I can't tell you. No, there are a lot of guys that don't cheat. Don't be hasty to think of what I'm trying to say. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't think of what you think I want to say. Just listen to the ones I'm saying.
Okay.
So if you get up to 40, and you are you've been married, maybe with one or two children, 80% of the men you will come across will be married men cheating on their wives with you. And if you ever need male companionship, you end up being with a married man that is cheating. That's why I said, if he's a deal breaker for you and you walk out of a first marriage, be ready to not mingle with another man, because you might find yourself in that bad mix that you ran away from. At the end of the day, you sit back in your house, you are being with a man that is now cheating, but because you need a man's company, you are forced to now
be
agree
with,
with that
yes,
idea.
okay, that makes sense,
I mean,
actually.
come on. I mean, then the who is losing? I know a couple of ladies. Oh my, the husband, the lady is now dating another person's husband. So what's the need? If it was a deal breaker for you, break the first deal and stay alone.
What do you mean
Because
stay
you
alone?
again, you will now compromise your standards. And then the day, it now won't make sense for having worked out having an issue.
Interesting. I actually get your point, but I don't feel like that's the only way it can turn around. As far as you can also turn out and be like,
that is the only way.
Yes.
There must always be an exception to every rule on earth.
You know, you guys make it feel like, oh, it's not better outside, you know, and then you stick there and then your mental health starts to deteriorate. You feel like you don't deserve better. Then he continues to cheat over and over again. Do you know how many women are struggling in their marriage, are enduring in their marriage, are enduring with a cheating man, and they can't work out because of this notion, this entire notion?
It is not interesting. That's why I think you also have to be calculative about your own circumstances.
Or maybe men need to stop cheating. Maybe people need to stop it. Maybe people need to start upholding their vows. Maybe people need to take responsibility for their actions.
Don't make
instead of saying, oh, let me continue doing it. You know?
What I'm saying is not in any way justifying anything. I'm only trying to look at it from
a realist point of view.
Beautiful. I'm not justifying anything. It's not interesting. It's not an interesting situation at all for any party involved. Forget about. Don't think it's fun. It's not interesting for any party involved. I can tell you that for free. But reactions to it have a lot of correlation to it. Do you know that if a woman, hear me, a woman has a son and a daughter, both of them are married, and both of them visit her on a Sunday afternoon, then the daughter starts talking first and says, oh, my husband is cheating. The woman will tell her, is there anything you're not doing right? Pray about it. This on that one. That's the advice from the mother to the daughter. The daughter finishes talking, then the son starts talking and says, my wife is cheating. The woman will say, what nonsense? Get her out. So one singular woman, two children that she lost equally, the same kind of story, different reactions.
But that doesn't make it right. That is a societal. That's a societal problem. It's not. It doesn't make it right.
I agree with you.
It doesn't make it right. It's a societal problem. It's from the roots. It's what we've been taught. That's okay for men to cheat. It's what we've been taught.
No, Julia, please. Do not think that what I'm saying
I understand you, Ikena, but I'm also trying to clarify things. The way you're also trying to make your point is the same way I'm trying to make my own point too. Because I understand you are saying you are showing us the problem, but we also want the solution. You are showing us the problem. You are saying, oh, a mother this, a mother that.
There's only one solution.
Which is what?
Keep your vows. Everybody keep your vows. That's the only solution. It's not two solutions. The only one there is. It's only one solution there is.
Interesting.
Everybody keep your vows.
Interesting. Okay, now thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate. I have to take more calls. I appreciate. Oh, wow. That was an intense one. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're talking about infidelity. We're asking, should cheating be a deal breaker in marriage, in a relationship? What are your thoughts? And I used an example of Chivido, for example. You know, Chioma and David. Yes, there is love. Yeah, there's all that there. But there's also infidelity. And from time and time again, we've realized how women have been taught or conditioned, not taught, we've been conditioned to stay in a marriage or stay in a relationship and accept infidelity as a way of life, as the way men are. Usually they say, oh, it's how men are, and the truth is it really how men are? Number one, is this a discipline problem? Is it a discipline problem, or is it a societal problem? And like I said, a lot of women have been made to endure in their relationships and marriage time and time again, just to say, oh, because men do that. Using Ikena's example, for example, you have a daughter, you have a son from the same family, the same action but different reactions. And who do we even blame for that? Who do we blame for that? I'm saying society, but who do we really blame for? Is it upbringing? Is it biology? What is the cause of all these things? And again, what are the effects of all this thing? Because if you check about the effect, a lot of women are dying. They're dying in their marriages. And not even just women. What about men that know that where their wives are cheating or are infidels? They are dying in their marriage, but they have to stay there because they feel like, if I go out there, there's nothing out there. And maybe that is true. Maybe that is the reality of that. But how long are we going to continue like this? The number to call is 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. Please do also calling. I want to hear your thoughts on the topic of the day. Women are starting to excuse cheating. Usually they will say, okay, it's okay if he has money, it's okay to cheat. At least I have money. It's better to cry in a Range Rover than to cry in a keke napepa. Are you of that school of thought? Please call in. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay. This is Ben. I'm calling from Adoiste.
What's your name?
Ben.
Ben. Good to have you, Mr. Ben.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, talk to me.
I'm sorry I didn't start with you from the discussion, but I think I followed a bit of it, and I want to make my honest contribution.
Thank you.
First of all, in as much as I don't encourage cheating in any relationship, in any form, in marriages.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't think cheating should be a deal breaker in any marriage.
Okay.
Yeah. Reasons being that, one, majority of men do cheat. Not all men. Majority. I'm a man.
Okay.
And I'm married too, but majority of men do cheat. And I can vividly ask you to show me a man that does not cheat.
Oh
and
my God.
I will tell you. Hello?
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I can vividly ask you to show me a man that does not cheat. Then I can tell you a man that can't afford cheating.
Ben.
Yeah, so that is it. So leaving your marriage because of cheating is never ideal for any woman, because out there you can't guarantee yourself of getting of someone that you feel that will be you alone. So why leaving your marriage? So what I'm trying to
so if you're okay, go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you saying, Ben, that if your wife cheats on you today, you would not walk away? You're okay with that? You forgive her and move on. And if she cheats again, you should be okay with that, because that's what you're expecting women to do too.
Yeah, in both ways. Like I said, it's not being encouraged in any way.
I understand, but Ben, I want to hear your perspective. Let's say, for example, your wife cheats on you today and you discovered. What would you do?
Yeah, I will. Definitely, I will end the marriage on my own self. Yes.
Wow. Then, so you will end the marriage. You will end the marriage, but the woman should stay in the marriage, and because she should not end it, she should stay with you.
Now, ending the marriage is very easy to get to somebody that will also not cheat with me or so. But then she ended the marriage. Is it also easy to get another person that will be okay with you? That will be you alone.
I like your honesty. I like that you say you end the marriage, but now you are saying I like your honesty, honestly, and I'm not judging you exactly. But if a woman does the same thing, you will expect that a woman should stay with the man, and not walk away, because they will now say, when you walk away, where are you going to? That there's nothing outside there. Why?
Now, let me not put another for that. The level is to cheating. There, if a man cheats and also the man loves you and respects you, there are men that does that to rub it on the faces of their wives. That is totally wrong. But then once the man does it maybe and respects you and doesn't rub it on the
But
wife's
how do you
face,
love somebody and
also,
respect, and you love and respect them, but you cheat on them? It doesn't seem to correlate hand in hand.
yeah, it doesn't correlate. But then
Oh, Ben,
this is
Ben, Ben,
would
you are
I
not
say
getting,
cement
Ben,
word.
you had me at the beginning, but now you lost me. You lost me because I'm not understanding. Now you are saying it's okay. You are giving me double standard clearly, that men should go ahead and cheat and women should endure with them. But if women cheat, men should walk away. That's what you're saying.
It's a nice one after all.
Wow, sadly. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing, Ben. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, I love honest conversations right here on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and we're all about having deep, meaningful conversations, all about having honest conversations, and I like that you guys are keeping it very honest, right here on the show. But we are hearing the sad reality, the sad truth. Like Ben says, it's a man's world, it's men's world, and should it really be? Is it really fair on women for us to say it's a man's world? Is it really fair on women? Is it really fair on women's mental health? Is it really fair on the children that these women are giving birth to every day? Is it really fair on your daughters, because your daughters would grow up to become like their mothers? Is it really fair on your sons, because your sons would definitely grow up to become like you? What kind of society are we creating? Let's take another caller. Hello. 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 All right, this is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. The numbers to call are 0705-993-6937 or 0705-993-7937. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling. Hello. Hello. Okay, you're breaking. I'll lose you now. Please do what to call back. You're breaking. I couldn't hear you, but you know the numbers to call. Now let's back to our conversation. A lot of men want to have a woman like Chioma. Have you guys realized? I want to have a woman that will be, in quotes, be his peace, like they say. So they want to do whatever they can do and still know that the woman is right there, waiting for them, accepting all their flaws. But guess what? If that woman makes an attempt to do half or even a quarter of what this man is doing, they would use Ronaldo. You know the way Ronaldo used to kick ball into goal, to score goal. They will use their leg to, the way they will catapult her come out from the marriage. You go shock una. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right.
This is BK. I'm calling from Amodofi, Lagos.
BK, right?
Yeah, BK,
Good.
BK, yeah.
VJ, good to have you. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, yeah, based on what you are discussing on the show, yeah, using the Chivido and the Chivido incident,
Yes.
right? Well, the first thing we should know is that women are always hypergamous in nature.
Okay. Hypergamous mean that we want to marry up, right?
Yeah, you always look for people that are ahead.
Okay.
It has always been like that since time immemorial. So that comes with a lot of perks, for the man in that sense. Which means that there might be many things that the woman that's going to marry him because of high status and what she stands to gain would tend to overlook. Now, for instance, looking at, I think there was a time on social media, I saw a video of, the popular senator that married that young actress, Ned Nwoko.
Yes.
He was with his Moroccan wife, and she was making a video with him in the car. And then his Nigerian wife, Regina Daniels, went to comment under the post, said couple goals.
But they are, but wait, so Ned Nwoko's situation is different because Ned married them. So he's not cheating particularly. He's married to both of them. Yeah. That's not infidelity.
That's bringing me back to my point. The truth is that social media these days has been the one that has opened up a lot of things about maybe cheating and the rest. Back in the days, people still cheat all the time. So that there was no so much of social media that used to popularize or put that kind of thing out on people's faces.
Okay.
It was somehow hidden. but it has been existing since. So my own point is, this life is not hard. If you know you cannot stay with one woman, when you marry the first one, tell her, please, I like you, but I would like other people in the future. So I'm not going to just marry you. I want to have multiple partners. If the person is down with it, then that's fine. Live your life. Not that you say you want to stay with one partner, and then when you now marry her, you now see you are going outside to live for another person. That's wrong. I don't support that.
Yeah, I wish men can be that honest, but you know the funny thing, even if they say that, when the woman say, okay, no problem now, let's have an open relationship, me too, I'll go and be doing my own too, see we are married.
No,
they...
no open relationship. Only that would be...
But why is it that you men cannot take what you are dishing out? Why?
No, it's not. Okay, let me give you this. Let me come from this biological perspective. Are you there?
I'm here with you.
Okay, from this biological perspective now, if you leave one man, right, with 7 women in the same place, and let's say he has sexual relationship with those 7 women, it should not be hard to determine the paternity of the child, right? Now, imagine when you leave one woman with 7 men. How will we know who is the father of the child?
Oh, please. Is that even an analogy? That's just strictly biology. So now we want to use biology now to judge our discipline, our character now. Because if you want to give
the truth,
yes, now.
In as much as we tend to, let's say, human beings are more intelligent beings than other species, other animals, mammals in the world, we can still put us as living creatures. So either way, we still have that same pattern of behavior. If you look along all the lines of every other species, it can always be one male, multiple females, one male, multiple. I'm not in support of that too, based on religion and everything.
I like your thoughts.
Like I said earlier.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, if you know you are fine with having multiple partners, don't stress somebody's daughter. Say it from the beginning. Say it from the end, from the starting point. This is what I want to do in my life. If you know you are not down with that, stay with one person and bear it like that.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Vijay. I appreciate for sharing. Yeah. All right, I like how so far they will say, I'm not in support of infidelity, oh. Then they will now go ahead and say, they will say the one they want to say. They will now say, I'm not in support of infidelity, oh. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Where are the ladies? Because this infidelity is not something that one person can do. Women and men, you are in this together. So I want to hear the ladies talk. I want to hear your point of view. We are asking, should cheating be a deal breaker? Is it a deal breaker for you in a relationship? Or is it a deal breaker when the person is broke? Or is it when they have money, it's no longer a deal breaker? What is the double standards when it comes to, deal breakers, or infidelity in relationships? Let's take another call. Hello. Hello. Hi. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Good to have you. Thanks for calling. What's your name? Where are you calling from? I can't seem to hear you. Please, you want to turn off your volume a bit more?
Yeah, I'm watching your station on the radio.
Okay, I'm struggling to hear you though. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you're talking about infidelity. So what I'm saying is that cheating is not good for both you and the female. Listening to other people. I'm listening to other people talking about.
Okay, I'm struggling to hear you, sir. I'm really, really struggling to hear you there. So I'd have to lose this call. It's not that you increase your volume. I'm thinking it's from you because I've been hearing my callers since.
This culture of cheating was made by men, and it was made to favor men.
Okay, you need to speak up, sir. Can you hear me? You need to speak up. Okay, I have to lose this call. With what I heard so far, I know he said that cheating is made to favor men, according to what I heard. But please, when you're calling back, make sure you tune up your volume a little bit because I was really, really struggling to hear you, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic of the day. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for calling in. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Daniel. I'm calling from Ajawa State.
Daniel from Ajao. So good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah. I want to give my own honest view on this issue
All right.
at hand.
Thank you.
Yeah, to me, cheating should be a deal breaker. Why did I say that? Because if you know you are going to cheat on me as a man or as a woman, you shouldn't be making that vow of fidelity to me in the first place. If you know you are going to cheat on the long run, if it's something you open up to me, then if I'm okay with it, then I go ahead with you and seal the vow. Why? Because why give me a vow that you cannot keep? So to me, it should be a breaker. If you know you are going to cheat, then don't get yourself involved in any marital vow. You come to me, you make a vow to me, and in the long run, you break it repeatedly, and you want me to still continue in that marriage, or to continue in that relationship.
Interesting.
That is totally wrong from my own aspect.
Good.
If I vow to be loyal to you, then I should expect or receive the same energy that I bring to the table.
Interesting.
So if you want to cheat as a man or as a woman, then you look for a partner that is willing to accept your cheating and as well marry you. Then both of you can be cheating alongside each other. Not coming to me and vow to be loyal in a relationship and you are dragging me backward. To me, the energy is not the same, and I think it should be a deal breaker.
But if we come back, if we're speaking honestly, is it really possible for somebody to, be with one person all their life and not cheat? Is it possible?
It is possible. In the society, the way the society is painting it, who says it's not possible to be in a relationship without cheating? Who says so? A lot of people feel that if you see a man that does not cheat, the man doesn't have money or the man is not rich enough. That is totally not true. I've been married for 7 years, for close to 6-7 years now. I have not cheated on my wife since I said I do. And I know I am living comfortably. And I can easily invite any girl of my choice and pay her any money that she wants just to cheat. But I chose not to. So it's a thing of choice. It's not what the society is saying. It is what you willingly, what you want for yourself, and what you want to give out. So I think it is high time we start putting a society that you can be able to swallow what you can give. I think when we start living that way, it'll be better for us.
But Daniel, do you feel like you're missing out on anything in any way?
Say that again.
Do you sometimes feel like you're missing out on something?
Missing out on something? What should I be missing out on?
I mean, do you sometimes feel like you're missing out on something if when you stay faithful?
No. I am not missing out on anything. I am not missing out on anything. Because I chose to, the day I choose to get married is the day I decided that I want to be, it's one woman. And from the onset, I told her that I am going to be with you. I'm going to be with you to the rest, to death, do what's part. That was the vow.
Wow. Interesting.
You just come and give that vow and they'll be
and go back on the vows. Like the vows are nothing now these days. They're just words. Yeah. Words without action, without backing. Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate you. 1 in a million man. I appreciate you for calling.
Thank you very much.
Wow. How many of you can hold yourself? Can you say with your full chest? How many of you, men and women, not just men and women, can you say with your full chest? Can you beat your chest and say, oh, ever since I made a vow to my man or my woman, I have never. And like Daniel said, it's not a question of if you can, but you don't want to, or you're not disciplined enough to. Or if there's another perspective, please share with me. By all means, share with me. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Kennedy. I'm calling from Cyprus.
Kennedy, good to have you on the show. I'm not Taiwo though. I'm not
Yeah,
your.
my name is Kennedy. I'm calling
Oh,
from Cyprus.
Kennedy. I thought it was Kennedy.
Watching your program on the TV.
Thank you so much, Kennedy, for sharing, for calling in. I appreciate. So talk to me.
Yeah, about the infidelity.
Yes, please.
It is not okay for a man to cheat. It should be a deal breaker
Hmm.
because men, a man who truly loves a woman will not cheat. Most men who cheat, they cheat on their spouse because they are not emotionally attached or connected to their women.
Really?
Any man who is emotionally connected and attached to his wife or his girlfriend or his relationship will not cheat on her. The
Interesting.
same way, a woman will not cheat on a man who is emotionally attached to her man.
So what happens when? Is
So,
it that they detach
this is,
emotionally or what?
men, for as a man, if a woman cheats on you, it should be a deal breaker. And as a woman, if a man cheats on you, it should be a deal breaker.
Okay.
What is good for if it's okay, yes, it
What is
should
good
be a
for the
deal
goose
breaker.
is good for the
You don't
gander.
have to tolerate. Yes, exactly. What is good for the man is also good for the woman. So I don't see anything. If men cannot accept this, why should women accept it?
Awesome.
Most of these people saying it's the culture, it's our culture, this and that. These cultural practices here made by men and for their selfish interest.
Interesting.
Most of these cultural practices they are meant to favor only men more than women.
Interesting.
So
Thank you so much.
I will never cheat on a woman that I truly and honestly love,
Wow. except
I am not in love with this woman and I am not emotionally attached. Because when you love someone wholeheartedly, no any woman will be able to come your way and you will be attracted to that person.
Interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate Kennedy. Thanks for calling. I'm sure a lot of people will not agree with what Kennedy. What are your thoughts on what Kennedy just said? You know, if you are in love, if you're not emotionally attached to your woman, a lot of people are cheating because they're not in love with that woman or they're not emotionally attached to their man or woman. You know, that's why they are cheating. And if you cheat, it means you don't love them. I know somebody was saying earlier that, oh, it's possible to love somebody and respect them, but you can still be cheating. It's just that you will not make it known. It will not be in her face because you love her. But if you don't love her, you rub it on her face. That's another somebody's definition. You know, what are your thoughts on this? We have 10-15 minutes to wrap up the show. So if you have thoughts and questions, please do also calling. Of course, I said that we're not having a coach on today. Today, we're just having a full-on calling show. We're talking about infidelity and what should cheating be a deal breaker, you know, in a relationship and in marriage. And we asked, if you were Chioma, for example, will you marry Davido? You know, and so far, I know some of you are single, the money. But, you know, when there is money, sometimes you start to want more. You start to want love. You start to want emotions. You start to want respect. You start to want loyalty. And that's what, even beyond money, that's what anybody should look out for, you know, in a relationship. Again, some people come and say, I'm okay if my man or my woman cheats on me, but who is really okay? Especially when you really love them and care about them. Let's take another caller. Hello. 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 All right, I'll lose that call. I would love to hear from a lady. And the number to call is 0705-993-6937 or 0705-993-7937. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, good to have you on the show. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Ken. I'm calling from Lekki.
Okay. You know.
Okay. All right. I've been laughing. It's actually a very sensitive matter. The truth is, we do not want to hear the truth. We do not want to know what reality is. The ideal situation is not always the reality. Men and women are wired differently. I think the last caller was just being politically correct. You know, they are saying. We are not the same. A man can sleep with another woman and not talk to her again. The sex may be wonderful. He may not even communicate after the sex. I am telling you, this is how men are wired.
But a woman, on the other hand, cannot cheat without consent.
But who said that's how men are wired though? Because you've heard your fellow men now from the last call that said it's not okay. You heard the one that said he has not cheated in 7 years. You heard the one that said if you're not emotionally connected. So from which school of thought is this? From which wiring? Who wired men to be like this?
Okay, let me say most men, majority of us, and that is when I say men, it means the rule. There are exceptions to the rule. I am an exception. I'm not cheated on my wife. I'm married for years. That is
Wow.
But if I'm not going to stick there, I have this discussion with my wife and I tell her the truth. She goes, no, what are you saying? I said, this is how reality is. She knows I don't cheat because she has access to everything. But the truth is this. We are not the same. Men and women are not the same. For a woman to cheat, she thinks about it, she plans towards it, she loses some level of respect for the person she is with because she feels the other person is better in some aspects. So, it's not the same. That is why when a woman cheats, I advise the person, it's time to walk away. Because it's not because you want to walk away, but because of things that will follow. Sometimes they don't even forgive you for forgiving them. I'm telling you reality here. You get what I'm saying? But the man can cheat and still die for his wife. I mean, lay his life literally for his wife. That is reality. So, I mean, leaving your man or your husband because he cheated. If it's not regular, if it's a one-off, I mean, I don't think the right thing to do would be to stay, especially if you have kids. Because how are you going to, how many men are you going to leave because they are cheating?
But just imagine, I hear you loud and clear, but imagine you knowing that the person is a cheat and then, getting intimate with them. Being with them, I don't know how do you know that this person is being with other, doing this I'm doing with them, with other person? How do you cope with that? How do you live with that? How are you okay with that?
For a woman?
Yes.
I mean, look, it's just this thing, I think it's a modern phenomenon. Same with a lot of people telling women, oh, if he cheats, leave him.
But women are dying. Have you seen a lot of our fathers and mothers' marriages? It was more of endurance, actually. It was an endurance marriage. Because most of them would just see that happen and just pretend like it's not there.
It was wisdom. If we start talking about it,
wisdom?
Yes, it was wisdom.
Do you know that he sent some of these women to their early grave? Do you know that? Do you know that he killed some women inside, that they died inside because of that? Do you know that he taught some women to teach their daughter to some things that they're not supposed to teach them because of what they learned from their own marriage? Do you know the destruction is doing on young men? Because men will tell their children that, okay, it's okay to have 2 or 3 girlfriends.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. We don't tell our boys it's okay to have.
You don't need to say it with your mouth. Your actions will tell. By the time your children are listening to you and your wife fighting about infidelity, they will know what's up. You don't need to tell them anything.
No.
They will overhear you fighting about infidelity.
Actually, there's a media house that has actually done this research. Ask 400 women what they would prefer, which of these men they would go for. A man that is rich, that cheats regularly, or a broke man that is very faithful, loves the ground he walks on, treats her nicely, very loyal, very faithful. Guess what? 98 of them went for the rich man. So which means you women also know, and you women also understand. I guess when it comes to argument, you say, oh, but they went for the rich man that regularly cheats. Because that is not their priority. Their priority is to be taken care of, is to be protected, is to be provided. That is what they look out for in the top 3 things that they look out for in a man. Faithfulness is all. So we can say, oh, it's wrong, but the women also know. Because if you go actually do the research yourself, go on the street and ask.
Interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. All right, he actually made a valid point, at the end there. Very, very valid point there. That if you picked a rich man, a rich cheating man, and a broke faithful man, women will go for the rich one. And ladies are not even calling in. That's even the annoying part of this thing because, why are we going for the rich, the rich cheating one? Does money just cover all the sins automatically? You know? That's really a sad reality. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi. Good to have you on the show. Thanks for calling. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters.
This is Kenny from Mushin.
Okay. Good to have you. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. After I was told, say Kennedy, I say Kenny.
Oh yeah. I know. So now you are the Kehinde now, Abi. All right.
It's lovely discussion. Lovely discussion. Infidelity is not good. Not good. But in reality, 90 to 95% of men are.
Oh, sadly, we lost you there. Please do also call back. I have a few minutes to wrap up the show. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. We're talking about infidelity. Should cheating be a deal breaker? And so far, you have been saying, yes, it should be a deal breaker in a relationship. Some people say, oh, be realistic, Deborah. You women actually like rich, rich cheating men. You pick a rich cheating man over a broke, faithful man. And that's the sad reality. Sadly, I actually agree on that because if you table it down and do the research, women will actually go for a rich cheating man because, we want to be secured. And who said we cannot be secure in ourselves? Who said that? Who said that we... This is really, really complicated. I'll take one more call, then I'll wrap up the show. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, Kenny, I called back.
Thanks for calling back.
Yeah, I say in reality, it happens. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Men are polygamous in nature. And the best thing for a woman who have somebody that knows a cheat, it's not for her to go out and saying she wants to retaliate.
Okay.
But because a woman that has a child, and because her husband cheats and she wants to start cheating, she lost her home. And if she move out of the house,
she lost her home but gained her happiness, Abby. She lost her home. She lost her home but gained her own happiness and her own freedom and her own peace of mind. You're breaking. I'll have to lose you here, Kenny. All right. Sadly, I couldn't hear Kenny, but I think the point he was trying to make really is, if you're a woman, if you step out still, you are going to lose your home at the end of the day. But I'm like, even if you lose your home, are you gaining something? Are you gaining your peace of mind? Are you gaining your happiness? Are you gaining your freedom? Are you gaining your joy? Are you gaining your mental health and bliss? Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, deal breaker, shouldn't be a deal breaker in a relationship. I think you are the best person to answer that, What is a deal breaker for you? You know that, cheating, I can't take it. So why are you there? Why are you there? If you can take it with a rich man, that's on you. I did not say you should do it, but that's on you. Don't come and start complaining later. But you have to know thyself as a person. Know yourself, know your deal breaker, and follow suit. Because if you don't know your deal breaker, if you don't know yourself and you go and enter where you're not supposed to enter, then you see what you don't see. You do anyhow, you see anyhow. This has been Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. I have to leave you here. I hope we were able to learn one or two things. I love that we're able to rub our minds together. We went into the deep waters today, and back. And thankfully, I was able to hear all your thoughts. And I'm sure we learned one or two, talking about infidelity and if it should be a deal breaker in a relationship or marriage. It's really a food for thought for you. Think about it. We'll all be all right last at the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching. Please do also follow at deepwaters_podcast on Facebook and Instagram. I'll be back again on Friday at 5 to 6 p.m. for another amazing show for you. And I'll say bye-bye. My name is Deborah Waters. Good night.